Hello, my friends. This is Dr. Ginny Barrow. Today, I want to celebrate two things with you. The first one is the birth of my entire family, the birth of my mom, and also the upcoming launch of my new book, Healing Leadership. But I want to share a couple of stories with you in the context of you and you creating an action plan for the future, living and working with purpose, and helping your families thrive. And here are the stories. My mom is turning 76 today, and I'm so proud of my mother. She is the person who has built the foundation for me to be the person who I am today. She has had a tough life, and she considers herself to be very fortunate to have had opportunities that she took. And because of her courageousness and her vision and her determination, she was able to go from being this scared little young girl in a small village in this little island nestled between Cuba and Puerto Rico to becoming an independent entrepreneur who 40 years into her business is still helping families organize their homes and live in clean homes. And I'm so proud of her for her sacrifice. My brothers and I were separated for over 17 years while she was getting her vision to reality. And that's where you come in when we talk about healing leadership today and the importance of having a plan for the future, living with purpose and working with purpose, and helping our families thrive. In less than a week, on April 14th, my new book, Healing Leadership, comes out. And if you asked me, Ginny, what is so important about your new book, Healing Leadership? The premise of the book, how it came about, was almost accidental. And I tell you the story in the book. But the premise behind me wanting to write a book like Healing Leadership and inviting 41 leaders to be part of that project have so much to do with my mother and how my mother raised me and the values that she gave me and the role model that she was for me. My mother was the person who taught me the value of hard work, but most importantly, the value of living with vision and purpose. She didn't let her circumstances define who she was. She was born to a father and a mother who unfortunately left when my mother was really young. And she was raised by her dad and her paternal grandma. And she had to fend for herself at a very young age. She had to grow up very fast and she had to be smart so that she wouldn't get whooped on a daily basis. So she became a goody two shoes, right? She did the right thing. And at a young age, she knew she wanted to become a teacher, and she did. She continued to go to school to get her official teaching certification so she could teach anywhere in the country. She then launched into moving to a whole new city where she didn't know anyone, but because she knew there was no future in her small village, she decided to take a leap of faith and go try this new city thing. Then she took another leap across the ocean and came to the United States, to New York City. And eventually she met my stepdad, who's no longer with us. But my mother, all this time, had this vision and this purpose that she wanted to create a better life for her children and for her family. And she knew that that wouldn't come without a sacrifice. And so she sacrificed. We all sacrificed for the good of all members of the family. So when I was 22 and I graduated from college, my brothers also came to the United States and we were reunited. We were roommates for the first time in 17 years. We lived together again. We were separated since I was 5 years old. And so the reason why healing leadership is so important to me is because I know from watching my mother that leaders like my mother are healers. Leaders are healers, and it always begins with healing ourselves. So from watching my mom, I learned the qualities of a leader. And working in the corporate world for over 25 years, I also learned that we don't get a leadership manual. We learn about leadership from watching other people. And if we get lucky and we have great role models, which I did, then we also become great leaders. We become inclusive leaders, leaders who help others thrive as much as we advance our own careers. And healing leadership, the message of this book is that in order for us to lead powerfully, to engage, and to be able to help others and our businesses thrive and our families thrive, that it almost starts with us. And then once we have that, we can lead from that place of contribution and service. And in doing that powerfully and abundantly, we become infinitely abundant ourselves, physically, financially, emotionally, and spiritually. So when you get your copy of Healing Leadership, you will get to hear my story. You'll get to hear the stories of 41 experts and industry leaders who share in this book with me. And you will have a roadmap of the qualities that inclusive leaders possess and that are required to thrive in this uncertainty. And you will also have a roadmap to help you take yourself to the next level so that you can reach your full leadership potential. And no one has any right and no one has the power to limit your potential with yourself. And in that book, you will learn the tools and the strategies that will help you gain the type of confidence and the type of faith that is required for you to own your leadership skills and to take yourself to the next level over and over again. So I hope you help me celebrate today the birth of my gorgeous mother, my generous and giving mom, and also the launch of the new book, Healing Leadership. From the bottom of my heart, I'm so grateful to the leaders who contributed to this book, who you will also get to benefit from their insights and their experiences. I cannot wait to celebrate with you and to share the book with you on Wednesday, April 14th. I'll see you soon.